Techno update. Subscribe now.
Doogee Mix Review. Design and build. The first impressions made by the Doogee Mix when you take it out of the box are positive. A metal chassis with glass front and back lends the device a premium feel, and this is matched by a sturdy 193 grams weight, which certainly feels substantial in the hand. Most of the front panel is taken up by the 5.5-in display, with only a lower bezel interrupting the glass. Here you'll find a fingerprint sensor that also doubles as a capacitive button for some functions. We found this to be fast and very reliable at unlocking the phone, which isn't something we always say. Then there's the curiously positioned selfie camera, which occupies the bottom right corner of the bezel, mimicking the Xiaomi Mi Mix. When launched, the camera presents a message that you should turn the unit upside down to take a picture. This does seem a bit absurd. On the right flank there's the power button and volume controls, while the opposite side is home to a dual SIM card slot with the secondary place also supporting microSD cards up to 128 GB. The bottom of the unit houses twin speakers and a micro USB charging port. We'd like to have seen USB-C here, as that is now the norm, but we realize that a few corners have to be cut when you're working in this price range. Display. Doogee has included a 5.5-in AMOLED display on the Mix, which looks bright and spacious. The thin-edge bezels might not be the curved variety that make the Samsung Galaxy S8 so attractive, but they do give the Mix something approaching an edge-to-edge display. The blot on this landscape is that the panel itself is only capable of a 1280 by 720 HD resolution. In general use this isn't a big deal, and to be fair we found the display to be very pleasant, but if you want to use the phone for VR or demand full HD on your devices, then the Mix is going to come up a bit short. Hardware, performance, and battery life. Under the hood you'll find a Helio P25 octa-core CPU, with 4X Cortex-A53 2.5 GHz and 4X Cortex-A53 16 GHz, all of whom are complemented by 6 GB of RAM, and 64 GB of storage. We ran the usual benchmark tests to see how the Mix fared, and results were predictably found to be in the low to mid-range bracket. Geekbench 4 scored it at 849, single-core, and 4059, multi-core. Geekbench's T-Rex was 1911 frames, Manhattan returned 1195, and Manhattan 3.1 chalked up 1015. For surfing, emails, messaging, video playback and things along those lines it's fine. Just don't expect a powerhouse. From a full charge in the morning, and with a mixture of Wi-Fi surfing, listening to music, WhatsApp messaging, and a few YouTube videos, we were happy to see around 30% of battery life still remaining by late evening. This kind of stamina proved consistent, so if you want an all-day phone then the Mix should do the job. Camera. The dual cameras are 16MP and 8MP units, which can give a x2 zoom. Results varied quite a bit, with occasionally a nice photo appearing, but for the most part shots were acceptable rather than impressive. Video capture is decent, but you'll want to hold the camera very still to avoid shaky footage. If you do you'll be rewarded with up to 1080p at 30 fps. Software. Doogee has included Android 7.0 Nougat as the default OS for the Mix. There is the obligatory skin running on top, Doogee OS v2.0, but it's lightweight and for the most part feels like pure Android.